this every Friday, and this is a chance for me as a mayor to tell your story to your community that you serve. I just love doing this. This is my favorite thing to do during the week because it gives us an opportunity to tell the citizens of Albuquerque the great work that you're doing above and beyond what you're paid to do. And we've done this now for 6 years. We never lack for great stories, and today's no exception. So let's get started with our employee of the week, who is Sergeant Santos Quintana, who's here. He is a DMD security supervisor. I always have to explain what DMD is to people in the community. And I know we've got GovTV here. So DMD is your Public Works Department. This is the Department of Municipal Development. These are the folks that take care of our infrastructure. They take care of our buildings. And Sergeant Quintana is one of our employees there. And we're honoring him this week because he went above and beyond his normal security duties to help stop a fire that could have been devastating for our community. And he kept a Bosque fire from getting out of control. I know that every year we talk about our Bosque. Every year we talk about this generational resource we have. Every year we talk about how dry it gets in the summertime. And his quick action really did great things. So on the evening of February 21st of this year, Sergeant Quintana was on patrol when he noticed a glow in the Bosque. Never a good thing. The glow was coming from directly behind Tingley Beach. While he was investigating what the source of the glow was, he realized that it was the onset of a brush fire. The fire was deep in the brush near the river. Wasting no time, Sergeant Quintana immediately contacted the Albuquerque Fire Department and their dispatch center, and he reported the flames. He then requested assistance from his coworkers to help secure the area to make sure that bystanders were kept away in an area where they couldn't interfere with the firefighting efforts, and also they could be safe. Along with his crew, Sergeant Quintana maintained a perimeter, rerouted traffic on the bike and pedestrian trail, and he kept Tingley Drive open to emergency vehicles. Once AFD arrived on scene, of course, they quickly got the fire under control, but they also noticed that it wasn't just one fire, there were actually two fires. The source of the fire still remains under investigation, so we want to tell our community, please do what you can to be responsible in the Bosque. Sergeant Quintana's quick action prevented what could have been a very different and a very dangerous outcome for us as a community. Had he not investigated the glow, if he just would have done his basic job, which is to be a security officer, it could have been devastating for our community, certainly. It could have threatened people, it could have threatened homes, it could have threatened wildlife. So this week I'm honored to recognize Sergeant Santos Quintana as this week's Employee of the Week. And we've got Melissa Lozoya, who's our Director of the Department of Municipal Development, is also going to talk a little bit about what Sergeant Quintana does on a day-to-day basis. So please, Melissa.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. DMD is very excited that we were able to honor Sergeant Quintana today. All our security officers play a very important role in our community to keep us safe in our public spaces. So, like the mayor said, Sergeant Quintana went above and beyond, and thanks to him, we were able to prevent a fire within the Bosque. So we're very proud of him, as we are proud of all of our security officers who do this day in and day out as their job. So, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And what we have is we give our employees of the week a coffee mug, so appreciate the dedication there. And then we also have a certificate for Employee of the Week and a letter for your personnel file. So thanks for keeping us safe and our property safe, and we appreciate you very much. Thank you. So this week's Friday's Heroes are from the Albuquerque Fire Department. Chief Downey is with me. This Friday's Heroes effort actually involves 16 or 17 firefighters from the Albuquerque Fire Department, but we have 3 with us today. I think just 2 that were able to come to us today to get this award. But I know they accepted on behalf of all their brothers and sisters at the fire department. We are recognizing heroes today from the Albuquerque Fire Department that saved a couple that were stranded in a dangerous location during extreme weather. Once again, recurring story in the city of Albuquerque. We talk about flood events here when it rains. This is no exception. Here today, representing all the heroes and accepting the award on their behalf, did Captain Rantanen come? Yes, sir. Nice to see you. We've got Commander Highland.
He didn't make it.
He wasn't here. And Lieutenant Thomas Ruiz. Thank you for coming today. We appreciate it. So on the night of June 6, 2015, Albuquerque experienced a torrential rainstorm, as we can that time of year. The Albuquerque Fire Department received a frantic 911 call from a woman saying that she and her fiancé were trapped on an island near an arroyo. The two were clinging to a tree near Tramway and Central. AFD units were dispatched to the area known as the Bosque, so it's got its own name, so it must be a dangerous place. This particular section of the arroyo drainage system consists of significant elevation drops and sudden changes from concrete flood channels to natural arroyos with heavy brush, making this area a particularly difficult area to rescue from. So engine and rescue drivers drove around the area using spotlights, because this is at nighttime, obviously. Firefighters dismounted and continued the search on foot with flashlights. I assume you didn't know exactly where these folks were at the time. Commander Highland arrived and took command of the incident and quickly recognized this as a heavy technical rescue situation and quickly called for Squad 2 and Rescue 3 units to assist. As these resources arrived on scene, Albuquerque Fire Department crews located the stranded couple still clinging to a tree on the island. The crews proceeded to cut and roll back a section of chain link fence to gain access to the victims. Working together, the crews then positioned one of their trucks along the bank of the arroyo to use as an anchor point. Members of the fire department's technical rescue team, led by Captain Rantanen and Justin Spain, Lieutenant Spain, were integral to that effort. They configured a rope pulley system. They had to actually lower firefighters along the arroyo bank that led to the stranded couple. The full list of heroes is here. We'll give it to the press as they get here. But let me just talk about how dangerous this is for everybody. Our firefighters, too many times, get involved in these heavy technical rescues. And sometimes it's because someone made a bad decision. Sometimes people just get caught off guard. But it's always a situation that can be deadly for the community, and also can be deadly for the firefighters themselves. And I know that they do a lot of training on this. Chief will talk about that. But here's a couple of statistics that I think are important for the community. Drowning is the second leading cause of accidental death in New Mexico. So we are the state in America that has the least amount of surface water of anyone. And drowning is the second leading cause of accidental death. That tells you something. Never attempt to rescue on your own. You may become a victim of yourself. Too often we hear about people who want to do the right thing. They see somebody in crisis situation. They try to intervene on their own, and then we end up having two victims. I remember I was doing a construction project on the Rio Grande one time at Pilar, and it was right where the state patrol officer that was off duty jumped in to try to save the drowning victim and drowned himself. So I've seen it, I've actually seen it myself. But what you can do as a community is call 911. Our firefighters, our first responders will be there very, very quickly. AFD has 11 stations that are trained and ready to deploy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to do water rescue incidents. And of course they train annually to make sure that they're very, very good at these types of rescues. And most importantly is do everything you can as a citizen to keep yourself out of harm's way. So many times we see these circumstances where we could have saved lives, we could have saved putting other lives in danger if people would have been a little bit more aware of their surroundings. So congratulations to our firefighters. Chief Downey's going to give you a little bit more information, and then we have our Friday's Heroes Award.
Thank you, Mayor. Just like the mayor said, we're constantly training. It's interesting this time of year. The probability for wildfire is as great as it is for a monsoon and a flash flood in the spring going into the summer. And this is the mayor mentioned the box. We're all used to in the community. We know the Embudo Arroyo that parallels I-40 and the North Diversion Channel that parallels I-25. Not too many people know about the box. It parallels Tramway all the way down the foothills, and the box is a very, very unique. It's the most risky technical rescue incident we will probably have, given the change of terrain and the amount of water and the vegetation. Under Captain Rantanen's supervision, his technical expertise. You've been with the technical rescue team since it started in the 90s.
Yes.
He's about as senior in this technical rescue team as we have. We have anchor points along the arroyos, except at the box, and to think about using the truck as an anchor point and establish a rescue and pulley system that's specific to get not only the rescuers safely to the people that needed removal, but then to get them out under rushing water conditions is quite extreme and dangerous. So Tom was the first paramedic lieutenant on scene, assessed this situation along with the commander, knew to call more resources, because this is about as dangerous as it gets in the box. And job well done to these guys, and saved 2 lives that night. So, great job.
So So, gentlemen, we've commissioned these Friday's Heroes coins for our first responders that go above and beyond. We want to say thank you. Much gratitude from your mayor, much gratitude from the community. Thanks for keeping us safe. As a reminder to the community, the Albuquerque Fire Department just got their ISO rating increased. So we are now one of the fire departments in the top, what's the percentage? Top
1%.
Top 1% of fire departments in the entire United States for keeping you safe and protecting you, your families, and your property. So, gentlemen, with gratitude, I present you with these Friday's Heroes coins, and be safe, and thanks so much. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. So, those of you who come to Friday's Heroes Employee of the Week know that occasionally we recognize a local hero outside of civic employment. And Donovan Smith is with us today, and he is our recipient today. So, introducing Mr. Donovan Smith. Mr. Smith is 13 years old. And Casey, his mother, I guess. Casey and Mrs. Smith, thank you for being here. Also, we have Kelly Tillerson, from Housing Director from St. Martin's. It was nice to see you. And then Vicki Palmer, who's the Associate Director of St. Martin's. St. Martin's, as you know, most people are familiar with our Better Way campaign, where we work with panhandlers to clean up our city and provide day labor, provide connection to services. I want to thank Father Rusty and everybody at St. Martin's for the great work you do in our community. But today we're talking about Donovan Smith, and we're recognizing him for the work that he's done for the last 2 years to give back to his community. At just 13 years old, Donovan has pursued an entrepreneurial way to help individuals affected by homelessness in Albuquerque. After having been homeless himself, Donovan recognized a significant need that homeless individuals experience for items others see as just basic necessities. So in 2014, he donated hundreds of dollars to the Supportive Housing Coalition of New Mexico, the very organization that helped him and his mother, who's also a Navy veteran, when they were without a home in our city. He has donated 300 soaps that he made, so he's making soap, as well as giving soap to individuals in our community. And he's done this and he's given the soap to the Albuquerque Stand Down to support homeless veterans. Last year, he donated 432 toothbrushes, 480 combs, 185 Mylar blankets, and cases of diapers and feminine hygiene products to St. Martin's Hospitality Center. This year, Donovan has decided to sponsor St. Martin's Shower Room by making and donating 600 handmade soaps every month, which comes out to 7,200 bars of soap this year. As of today, he has donated 3,100 bars of soaps, and he schedules time out of his day every day dedicated specifically to making soap for the center. Of the 3,100 soaps that he has given, he has personally made 2,800 bars of soap himself personally. The other 300 were donated by fellow soap makers, so he started a soap maker culture here in Albuquerque, actually around the country. So he's got soap makers now in Virginia, Illinois, and California who have heard about his mission, who are making these soaps and sending them here. So his impressive work so Donovan's impressive work ethic, his big heart is why that we are proud to honor him as today's Good Samaritan. And it's not just Albuquerque. So let's talk about ambassadorship for a minute. And let's talk about leadership for a minute. So Donovan, when I go to schools a lot, and I ask students, especially kindergartners, are you too young to be a leader? And I want to know what your answer is. At 13, are you too young to be a leader?
I don't think you can be any age to be a leader and just help and do what you can.
That's the exact right answer. That's the exact right answer. And so what I tell our youth in our community, like Donovan, is we need your example to help us grown-ups sometimes understand the importance of doing this. So Donovan, so he pays for the soap from his own pocket. But they recently launched a GoFundMe page to help with the expenses and to get the word out. So Donovan's been featured in Huffington Post, MSNBC, PBS, The Queen Latifah Show, and he's also recently been awarded a National Good Deed Award by the American Legion Auxiliary. He's been profiled online for People magazine, and he's also casted for a role in the upcoming movie Independence Day Resurgence. So you filmed that last summer? That would be very cool. For those of you who don't know, Albuquerque is one of the leading film cities in the world, and so he's also a movie star, and I can tell why. You're very handsome.
Thank you.
You're a very handsome young man. So just yeah, I just want to say this. So thanks for the example, man. Thanks for being there for your community. Thanks for taking hardship in your own family and turning that into something very positive on a upward trajectory. And two things I need from you now. I need you to apply for the youth council, for my mayor's youth council, if you have time. Love to have you on that. And then I need you to come in and coach me up a little bit on some of the other things that we might be able to do for the homeless community. Would you be willing to do that for me?
Sure.
All right. So let's give Donovan a big round of applause. Didn't say he didn't necessarily want to say anything. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give a 13-year-old a coffee mug. You know, it'll stunt your growth, so be careful. And then what we're also doing is we have a Good Samaritan Award for you, Donovan, and then we also have some tickets for you and your family to the Albuquerque Biopark.
Thank you.
Because we want to say thanks and thanks for the encouragement, man, and just thanks for doing great things in our city. I'm proud of you and I hope you're proud of your city because you're doing great things in it.
Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.